So Draymond Green, I really did not want to do this to you, brother, but you brought it upon yourself. Draymond Green, and who saw this? Draymond Green went on a Kai Cenat stream. If you guys donate him enough money, then he'll cut his hair and he'll build the school in Nigeria. To all those kids in Nigeria that need schools, he's going to build another one with the money that he's making. Specifically in Nigeria, he will be building a school, so we'll stay in tune for that. And I guess if they break the record here, he's going to go skydiving. So we're just going to pay for Kai Cenat to go skydiving and cut his hair. I mean, man, what an amazing goal. So Draymond Green recently goes on Kai Cenat stream, and Kai Cenat asks him the question, Jordan or LeBron? Of course, those are the only two options. That's why I don't like the topic of GOAT conversation. Like, we can talk about who's the better player, right? Obviously, Jordan is the better player than LeBron. History has shown this. Accolades have shown this. We know this, right? But why is it every time like you're forced to either say Jordan or you're forced to either say LeBron when you're talking about the greatest player to ever touch basketball? There's only two options. I don't like people trying to put me in a box. What if I don't think that? What if I don't want to say that? What if I have a different favorite player? Draymond's coach, Steve Kerr, calls Curry the GOAT. Or if people try to say Bill Russell or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, all right, let me hear you out. So, you know, people are always going to have their different things. But if we're talking about who's better, Jordan or LeBron, let's play the clip and then we're going to watch for context.
No question. LeBron or Jordan? LeBron or Jordan, and why?
LeBron or Jordan, why?
What's this guy's whole stake, by the way, Kai Cenat? How do you have a guy like Draymond Green and you're not even like looking him in the eyes? He literally just asked somebody a question and he's like smiling like a little kid just staring at his computer screen. Is this like a real thing? Like he's not even like looking at him. How do you have a conversation with somebody that's just like, and you're trying to talk to them? Anyways, that's just a little thing that I'm pointing out. All right, let's go.
MJ is crazy. I grew up watching MJ.
Yeah. Be honest. Who is like? It's so tricky to word it. It's just like, who do you think is just better? Who do you think is just? I don't know how to word it, but like, LeBron or Jordan. Simple as that.
Does this Kai Cenat guy know proper English?
Bron. The reason why is because Bron can control.
He said Bron, Talil. Talil, he said Bron.
You ready to go fight me, bro?
He got Bron signatures added on him. Pull up a chip.
You got Bron signatures added on you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest.
Show me
It takes about 7 minutes to get from my room to this room. I was running full speed to come see your answer in person because you never played.
What is going on? You have a guy like Draymond. Why is there a shirtless guy with short shorts on talking to Draymond Green and Kai Cenat's just staring at his computer? What is going on?
In person because you never played against Jordan. You never played against Jordan. No. So there's no way you can say Jordan is better than LeBron.
No.
Draymond just said that he saw Jordan play growing up.
There's reasoning though.
So
Bron because why?
it's Bron because people threw the towel in on J.R. Smith. Like, as talented as J.R. was, people threw the towel in on him like, yo, he can't play winning basketball, he can't do this, he can't do that. It's not just J.R. though. If you look at some of the guys that he had to lead, yeah, J.R. had talent, no question. I don't think MJ had many guys that went through that. Like Scottie Pippen is like
Matthew Dellavedova.
Deli stinks.
Like Matt.
He won 2 games in the NBA Finals with Deli
Like
stinks.
Matthew Dellavedova. It's fucking terrible. But chase Stephen Curry around.
I got a lot of respect for Deli. Stinks. I respect his game. Completely stinks. Like he can win with like guys like that. Man, it's so hard to win in this league, bro. To win with guys like that. MJ wasn't winning with Matthew Dellavedova. I mean, unless they thought that of Steve Kerr, but he wasn't winning with Matthew. Like, Steve Kerr is probably one of Jordan's worst teammates that contributed to a teammate. Steve Kerr was a damn good NBA player that played 14, 15 years in the NBA.
Watch how you speak on your coach.
And no, I'm just saying.
You don't want to come off the bench.
Yeah, watch
how you speak on your
Coach might put.
Coach might put you.
That's
at
coach.
the end of the bench.
That's coach.
I'm just telling you.
Right.
That's coach, though.
I'm just telling you. Steve, if you look at Steve, even Steve Journey in the league, for someone that contributed to a championship on the Bulls,
Yes.
his path was probably the worst of anyone. Like, that's just fact.
Fair enough.
Had to figure it out. Like,
That's real.
Be cut from a team, had to figure it out. His path of guys that contributed to the Bulls championship, his path was worse than anyone.
He had a crazy shot though with that one.
Big time.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that's all a part of him going to make it happen. Steve's path was dog shit.
Okay.
He just had to figure it out. Like, last cut on the team, make the team type shit. His path, Jordan ain't had them type of teammates. Jordan had made teammates. Matthew Dellavedova, bro?
Nah.
Come on, man. And so I think to do that, like
Shane Battier.
like the Miami teams, no question.
I ain't gonna lie, damn.
Like Miami teams, no question.
So the problem that I have with Draymond Green is because if you notice what happened, he quite literally contradicted himself in the same sentence.
They had them type of teammates. Jordan had made teammates.
Jordan didn't have those type of teammates because Jordan made his teammates. So LeBron couldn't make his teammates better. Let's not forget, I don't know why. See, this is my problem with everybody that brings up the same script every single time when talking about LeBron. LeBron, he carried his team. He just had a team. His team that he carried to the finals. He was the only sole person on that team, Matthew Dellavedova. He brought up Matthew Dellavedova's name. So he's not talking about the 2006-2007 roster that LeBron was on. He's talking about the 2014, 15, 16 roster that LeBron James was on with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Why are you discrediting Kyrie Irving? See, this is my problem with people that bring this up. LeBron had to win with Matthew Dellavedova as if Matthew Dellavedova was the only person on the Cleveland Cavaliers roster. It's literally the equivalent to saying LeBron had to win with Dion Waiters as a teammate even though he had Anthony Davis. What? LeBron James had Kyrie Irving, who's one of the greatest point guards that this game has ever seen. He had Kevin Love. And let's not forget, LeBron James brings himself to the front office and inserts himself and makes claims. How do you think that he got Dwayne Wade to the Cavaliers? How do you think that he got Derrick Rose even signed to the Cavaliers? Isaiah Thomas was on the Cavaliers. This is what LeBron does. He has a track record of it. That's why when LeBron James won a championship with the Lakers, it still wasn't good enough because he wanted Westbrook. And then he traded Westbrook. They got rid of Kuzma, they got rid of KCP, and they got rid of all those guys from the and Alex Caruso. And then they brought in Russell Westbrook. That experiment didn't go right. And the Lakers haven't won anything since. LeBron James has a track record of trading for players. See, that's why his time at Miami was cut so short. He couldn't do that with Pat Riley. He couldn't insert himself like that with Pat Riley. Pat Riley wasn't going for none of that. But he could do that with Cleveland. That's why he brought all of his closest friends there. But just sticking to the point, all of these guys try to say, and it is a fact, right? Michael Jordan was 1-9 in the playoffs before he had an all-star player like Scottie Pippen on his team. But here's my problem. When we talk about players like Jokic, do we diminish his greatness? Jokic is not one of, if not the greatest center, the most talented center that we've ever seen play the game of basketball in the NBA ever. Do we diminish his greatness in any way, even though he's never played with an all-star teammate before? No. We know Jokic is an amazing player, just like we know Michael Jordan is an amazing player. Just because Michael Jordan was 1-9 in the playoffs before, and his team wasn't doing that great before, we know that he was still a killer in the NBA, right? So he's saying Draymond Green's whole point was Jordan never had to carry a load like LeBron. When times got tough, when times got rough for LeBron, we all know what he did. He left. Jordan never left. When Jordan was 1-9 in the playoffs before Scottie Pippen, he never left the Chicago Bulls. When Jordan was losing, when Jordan was getting beat by the Celtics, when Jordan was getting beat by the Pistons, he never left. LeBron James left. You can't get away from that. Let's not forget that Draymond Green is literally and quite positively represented by Clutch Media. He is literally signed to Clutch Sports, who's owned by Rich Paul, LeBron's best friend, who we know pays people to speak good about LeBron, who we know literally influences the NBA as we speak. Do we not forget what happened with LeBron James Jr., aka Bronny James, that got drafted by the Lakers because of Clutch? You guys want to act like Clutch has no power over the NBA whatsoever. Clutch quite literally influenced Bronny James to the Lakers like we've never even seen before. Bronny could have went to the Celtics and he could have went to the Suns. They called every team that could have drafted Bronny James and said, if you draft Bronny, if you draft LeBron's child, if you draft LeBron's kid, he won't even play for your franchise. He'll go play for Australia. They literally called and told teams that if they draft Bronny, he's not going to play for the team, that he's going to play for Australia in the NBL. Even though Bronny has Bronny James has quite literally said, I don't care what team that I play for, I just want to be in the NBA. So isn't that contradictory? You would think that Bronny would be happy to get drafted to any team. But LeBron and his agent and Clutch is calling all the teams and saying, do not draft him. So we know that Clutch has a power like we've never even seen before. We know that Clutch pays people to speak good about LeBron. Jordan had to play with Luke Longley. Why never bring that up? What about Bill Wennington? His best years were next to Jordan. After he played with Jordan, 3 more seasons, washed. Couldn't play no more. I bet you this was the starting center for the Bulls. Because if you're the greatest, you have chosen one written, tattooed literally on your back. If you are the chosen one, then you should be the best. You should elevate all those around you. Man, if you're the greatest player of all time, you're not walking out the game. If you're the greatest player of all time, you're not quitting on your team when you're losing to the Suns in 2021. If you're the greatest player of all if you're the greatest player of all time, you're not going to be flopping out the wazoo and teaching your teammates to flop. and having a flopping culture on your team. Lakers games are unwatchable because they all flop and then they throw their hands up at the ref like this. LeBron James, if he's the leader of the Lakers, that's a bad impression.